you're a trade business, it's important that you understand that order matters. We see all the time businesses that are out there actively marketing and doing things like this, but they're doing the wrong things at the wrong time. And so it's really important that you guys, as trade business operators, you get a clear understanding of what is going to move the needle for you specifically at the right point in time. Now, we do this as part of what we call our impact roadmap sessions. And essentially, we're designing the step-by-step milestones to get to the desired outcome for the client. But what I'm going to show you today is a prime example of where we've done a certain thing at a certain point in time because it became relevant later on down the roadmap for this client. This is kind of a case study for a web development project that we have done for a client of ours in Perth. Now, we build a lot of websites. The problem is a lot of people, when they come to us, they think that the website is the thing that's going to move the needle for them right away. And the reality is it's pretty much not. So what I'm going to run through today is a bit of an overview as to what we've done with this client to get them from literally 100% subcontracting to other solar businesses to now turning close to 500K a month themselves and doing zero contracting for anyone else. They are running their own business now and it's legitimate. And we've done this within about 18 months. Truthfully, this happens all the time. It is not a hard thing to achieve. The thing that sometimes is a little bit tricky is just the mindset around in what order do we need to do things. There's obviously a few more moving pieces to that, which I'm not going to get into. But if you do like this type of content, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out because we're doing a lot more of this stuff now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share a screen with you real quick and run you through a just show you what this specific scenario looked like. So this was the website for the client of ours. And again, you'll see it's nothing great. It really isn't. It's pretty basic. It's okay, but it's not the worst I've seen by any measure, but it's absolutely not, a knockout website. It's also built on HubSpot, which is a bit of a red flag because essentially you're just married to that platform, which is kind of a bit of an unnecessary liability. Okay, so now let me segue. So what I'm going to jump across to is the finished product for this website, and this is about to go live. And you'll see we've completely rebuilt this, and we've done this for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, now that this client is generating a lot of revenue and they've got a lot more they can invest into other areas of their marketing ecosystem. So we have deployed local SEO programs for this business with the hope of helping them potentially reduce the ad spend and their dependency on paid traffic, which they currently are pretty heavily dependent on. Now, the reason that we didn't do this, first of all, is because the clients needed to take control. They needed to generate their own leads. They needed to really run a proper business. And we've done that through an extremely successful program that we have over at the agency where we're not only running the ads, but we're managing all the leads and we're doing all the quoting for them. And we're essentially just getting them operating within their sweet spot. Now, for you guys out there that are wondering what the hell is a sweet spot, it's basically this. Your job as the business owner, time best spent is out there quoting jobs, closing jobs, dealing with customers directly face to face, and quality controlling projects or installations and things like that. Although it's extremely important to be nurturing and managing leads, it's truthfully not time best spent for you. And the reason for that is quite simple. There's a lot of time wasters. And that's just the game when you get into cold traffic. It really is like a numbers game and you just have to run the numbers. The numbers will pan out for you. However, it's not time best spent triaging leads. Truth be told, when we're triaging a lead for a client of ours, we're contacting that lead up to 30 times within the first 30 days. It's like full on. So it does take a lot of time, and we have dedicated people, which we call sales executives, that actually do that within the business. So it just takes that whole layer of complexity when it comes to lead management off our clients so they can focus on what is important. So this website here has been completely rebuilt. We have built it with SEO in mind with the hope of generating leads through their organic listings. Now, all their service pages have been broken out into specific pages here, so it's all been fully optimized. And looking forward, we're going to be adding case studies and things like that to the website so that we can showcase their projects better and give us a reason to communicate with their database, which is, as you would imagine from running ads for quite a while, it's becoming larger and larger. So The couple of things that I'm going to run through here in order of importance for you guys is what you need to consider when you're contemplating using marketing as a way to generate more closed jobs for your business. So the first thing is what is important. Now, this does truthfully change for a lot of businesses. And to give you an idea of what I mean, although the focus for this specific business was about we need more leads, we need more work, we want to take control of our own jobs, we equally have conversations with businesses. That is not the goal. The goal might be, you know what? Yes, maybe in the next 12 months, we do want to ramp things up. But at the moment, we can't even be found online. We don't have a website. We don't have any CRM system. We have nothing, like bare bones. So for that type of conversation, we'd be more leaning towards, okay, well, how do we establish foundations for you so that you can build on top of those when it comes to generating traffic? First of all, figure out what is important. And then the second thing you want to do is plot it in a roadmap. Now, as I say, we call this our impact roadmap sessions. Essentially what it does is it says, okay, well, this is where we're at. This is where we want to be. And these are the steps along the way. So start, finish, and then the roadmap to here. And these are the milestones that we need to tick off in order to get to this goal. So that is a very simple in concept idea. Truthfully, it's not that hard, but you just need to be able to stick to it. And you've got to make sure that all of these little milestones along the way are moving you closer to your actual goal. Yes, there are a lot of complexities that come with these different stages sometimes. Again, it's not so much, I wouldn't say hard or complicated, but it's just necessary things that need to be navigated along the journey. Either way, it's making sure that when we're running these campaigns, we are running them to the target and we are moving in the right direction. So we have regular catch-ups with our customers on this every month. It's part of a regular cadence. And that is very deliberate. It's so that we can make sure that everything is aligned with the things that are obvious, which are like numbers from platform, how many leads you've got, how many jobs you've closed, how much cash you've collected, so on, like those kind of things. And then the less obvious things, which are more in line with what were the conversations like? How many phone cold leads ended up in discovery calls? How many discovery calls ended up in site visits? How many site visits ended up in quotes being sent and accepted? And those kind of things. That's extremely important. So the reason that in this specific instance that we had built the website at this stage is because on their roadmap, they had the first milestone was leads. Well, it's truthfully not leads, it's more jobs. So we don't really talk about leads so much at Tradie Web, guys, because at the end of the day, anyone can generate leads. We're not interested in that. We want to generate jobs. How do we scale more jobs? The lever to pull in that dynamic for them was we need to run some traffic and get some ads moving. So we've done that. And it's worked very, very well. And now along the way of the journey here, we're like, okay, well, we're going to need some help with handling phone calls. So we put a sales exec in, which meant we could run more ads, generate more leads, more conversations, and then as a result, close more jobs so their team could then get out there and do more jobs. And then, as you probably guessed, the next roadblock is, of course, fulfillment. So that's a team conversation. We need more team to deliver on more jobs. Great, fine. So they put another team in place. Then we run more ads, generate more conversations, close more jobs, and get more teams out there busy. Cool, whatever. And then as we sort of identified from the very beginning, at the stage when we have enough capital to reinvest back into the business in terms of marketing, we're going to try and reduce the ad spend over here with leads by generating some conversations that come organically through SEO, large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, so on and so forth. So now the play is, okay, website rebuild, because we had to. We wouldn't run any SEO to the old site. It just wouldn't have managed it. And with that, also SEO. So that's the next play. So what you're seeing here in this screen share is a very deliberate milestone in the roadmap for this customer, which has been done at a specific time in alignment with where that business currently is heading and what is important to them. So I hope that casts a little bit of, hope and vision for you guys so you can understand the method to the madness when we're talking about designing marketing solutions. If you don't have these conversations, if you've never had these conversations, and if you would like to have a conversation, head across to tradiewebguys.com.au. The first thing that we do with any business whatsoever is an impact roadmap session. It's essentially a plan for you to make sure that, okay, this is what we've identified as a win, and these are the things that we need to do to get there. Very, very easy entry point, low obligation for you, but very, very valuable. And we don't bring on any customers that do not go through that process. And if you want to engage us off the back of it to do the thing, that's great. And if you don't want us to do it and you want to do it yourself, that's fine as well. You can go and do that. So it's a very easy way for you guys to hit the ground running. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Ciao.